Hey everybody, I'm McAmis, and a couple of months ago, about 8-10 weeks ago, we did a little video on how to mount a liner tire and wheel combination. That went over really well, so and we got some comments on that video that were very positive, and they were also asking to see dismounting procedures. So at the time I didn't have anything in that needed to be dismounted, so this weekend I had a set that we needed to swap. So I'm going to show you the procedure that we use to dismount a liner. Now it's a lot more of a chore to dismount than it is to mount, so I'm going to go through a few steps here. The first step is the tool application. So a couple of tools that you need are tire spoons, which are available at any auto parts store, and this little tool here, which is a bead breaker. And to dismount a liner wheel, you almost have to have this piece. So you can use a slide hammer like you use on a truck tire, but it is a pain in the ass. This little tool here will lock. There's a little notch here. It's going to lock into the opposite side of the rim, and then this portion of it here is going to slip under the rim and then go in between the bead. And then once it does, there's a centerpiece here. I don't know if you can see it really well, but so that piece is going to pull up. It's going to push down under that lip, and it's going to drive these outer two forks down. So I'll give you a little quick demo here of how this works. So I've already busted the backside down just to save a little time. So I've got the wheel facing up, and we're going to do everything from the face side of the wheel just like we did when we mounted it. So it's just easier the way the wheel's shaped to operate from this side, because the back side has the long step in the rim that you have to work around. So this tool, to get it started, is a little bit of a chore, because you got to work it under the bead. So start with that hook at just straight across from the wedge, and then I usually kind of step on it a little bit here and then pull this back and then kind of drive that wedge under there. So now I'm locked in on that wheel, so you can kind of see how this is. So that's locked in on that side, and these wedges are underneath this lip, and it's driving that bead down. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to push this down. Once you get it started, you kind of got to move it around just a little bit. Now the bead is starting to push down off there nice and easy. You got to go about a quarter of the way around it, and once you do, it's pretty much off the bead. Okay, so that thing is busted loose. So now you can just kind of use a little bit of body weight to push that down. So now if you're using a slide hammer, that's a lot more of a project, and the biggest key is to get the bead broke loose first, because you've got the bead of the tire, and then you also have the liner bead, so you got a double bead on there to break loose. So I'm going to flip this thing over. Now this thing is kind of seated back a little bit. So this is the way we dismount it. Utility knife. I'm going to zip this sidewall of the tire, flip it over into the other side. Now, some of you guys may say this is a cheating way to do this, but if you've ever tried to do it the other way, it's a real bitch. This is a used tire. Putting a new set of tires on these wheels, so I don't care about this tire. So right here in the middle of the sidewall, it's real soft. I'm just going to stick this in here, go around, cut that, flip it back over to the face side, Cut that. Okay, now we're just down to the liner and this little ring here. Can use a little lubricant. This is just cut with water. Billy keeps about a gallon of anal-ease in his desk, so I just go get some and cut it with water, mix it up in this bottle. I don't know why he's got a gallon of it, but he does. So a little lubricant on here, and it will help pull that off there. Okay, now we're going to use the tire spoon to get the liner started. So you just kind of go every 4 inches. If the rim is anodized, you can tape it up just like we did when we mounted the liner to keep the edge of the rim from getting scratched up. Now just slide this liner up, pull that off. Okay, liner wheel, tire dismounted, used tire, throw in the garbage, we don't care about that. So now we've got it stripped down and we're ready to clean it back up and throw a new tire combination on. The liners are reusable, use them over and over and over. They don't really get worn or tore up, so they can be used for as long as you've got the rims. So that's pretty much it. It's pretty basic. The utility knife thing is kind of a cheap way to do it. If you've ever tried to do it without that, it's a pain in the ass. I mean, you've got 2 beads that you're trying to get rolled up over that wheel lip without scratching the wheel, and trying to pull both of those up over that edge at the same time. You can't do them one at a time, because if you pop the outer tire off, then you can't get to the inner liner to pop it off. So cut the sidewall, throw that shit away, mount up a new tire.